Alright, so do you need to run rice through this before you use it? And the answer is no. So on the directions, this is different than your other mill that is with the stones. With the stone ones, you want to run rice through those ones, but this one is a little bit different. So when you first do this, you want to mill at least 2 cups of wheat berries is what they recommend putting through here to kind of help break up anything that might be in there from putting this all together. So I just ran like soft white wheat berries through here. They do say to use hard grains, so probably your hard red, hard white, but I chose to use soft in mine because I'm okay with wasting some of the soft white wheat berries. But this is basically where you'll put the grains in. And then this thing actually comes in your bowl. And this goes on here like this. So if you have a lot of grains, you can fit a lot more on here. And then you'll put this on here like that. And that's where all your grains come out. And then for this, you want to make sure this is clicked in all the way, otherwise it will spit it out. I did that when I first used this. So you want to make sure it's clicked in there all the way. And then when you pull it out, it has this little thing that catches like excess flour, and then it comes through right here, and then you have this little filter, and they give you a second one of these filters too. So you can replace it, and then all of your flour will go into this little bin right here. So it's really easy to put back on there. You'll want to clean all of these parts out every time. And then for this piece, so it has this little thing on the back where you detach it like this. And if you need to like kind of clean inside, you can take this off, dust it all off, dust all this off. And this is kind of just like the base that it sits on. So the motor is actually in here, and all of the parts. So that's kind of how you clean that off. And then you'll just put this back on, and then you will twist this thing and put it back together. So it's not like too bad. I think that this is a great option if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper. It does work very well. So if you're looking for something cheaper, this is definitely a great option to start with. It has your adjusting right here. So basically this is going to be like your motor speed. This is going to be high, and this is going to be low. So usually you'll probably want it at like high or kind of in the middle range. And then your fine setting is like right here is fine. And then down here would be like a little more coarse if you put it all the way over here. So make sure you do that correctly, because you don't want your bread to be coarse. You want it to be as fine as you can get it. So I definitely would make sure it's set kind of, you just kind of twist it just a tiny bit and then keep it right up there for like the finest setting. And it does get really fine. So, and I have done the coarse, and it gets very coarse. So kind of play around with it. Maybe when you're milling those 2 cups of wheat berries, you can play around with it and see what the different textures and stuff would be for it. So it's pretty easy to use. Everything just clicks back in. You can put this in your little bowl to keep it in there, or you can click it back on and put it up here. It is a little more bulky and big than the stone mill. I have a stone mill right over there. So it's a little bit more bigger, but this works really great if you don't have the money to spend on like one of the bigger ones with the stones, because those ones are more expensive. So this would be a great option to like start with, and all of that. So hopefully this answered your question, and let me know if you have any more.